the map here. But we could argue that, okay, well, why didn't QM then go quicker out of the military straight towards FaZe's position? They went down there, they split it 2-2. They
maybe going for similar compounds or anything of the such. At this point, though, seeing a couple of teams heading towards where we'd expect, just kind of slightly south of Georgia Pole, working their way through GGG3r if they can, seeing how far they can get. A lot of scouting's going to have to come out here. A lot of these teams have to really focus towards that and make sure they keep a really strong bit of vision towards if anyone's going for 2-2s, getting a little greedy, maybe the ability to crash in this. But ENCE going to be over here way earlier than normally. You know, they're normally up, you know, be it Severny, be it, I don't know, Zaki. They always go for those mad out there, but first blood drawn, and it's mxey again. He's been actually catching a couple of these players on rotations. Going to punish Rip 9. That's a flush if I've ever seen one. Yeah, there it is, instant. And some dramatics over the top of the vehicles. Keanu, though, going to catch Youth as well. This is a bit of a nightmare for both these sides, and this is what we talk about with these rotation routes. There are very few that are as viable, but this is actually now heading north. So if anything, it was the quieter way to go, and it still causes loss of life.
That's crazy to be seeing such early like drops going on. I mean, it's not the safest place to be in the world, but certainly you'd expect a little bit more from it. You can take the little radio tower. Granted, you're on transition here. This is something that Liquid have done in the past, where they will play this between the ridge line.
I mean, I don't think a hard shift will come in at this point. I think it's going to sit quite as expected, if I'm honest. But we've seen stranger things, and Vanir have had a rough road so far, but they're still going to try and carry on over from that west bridge from northern Georgia Pole to the south. There's Mellman going to greet them on the way. A couple of shots coming in. That's lovely. Brilliant shot towards Keanu. That's an insta-flush. No saving here. Short needs to just get out of there. Vanir probably not going to be able to do that back-to-back. Right now, they've been taking a lot of damage en route.
It's when you look at it from a player's hangar, it's like, oh, yep, vehicles, you know, it's kind of setting par for the course, you know, exactly what we're dealing with when people are just trying to drag. Send it, crack on. But with the circle update in Lorem, we get to find out where the madness is going to take us.
I think the teams have got it right. It's just going to go east, surely. Still a little north. That's more northern than the last one, right? I think the last one had... I'm trying to roll my mind back to... Hold on, actually, we've got a little bit of a scuffle out here. It's between QM and Gear up south of Everest. There's a little bit more of the north still in this. Last time around, I think it was a little bit further south, and it ended up kind of moving back in towards Hospital eventually. But yeah, no, this makes it a little easier for Hall of Game. They can take their time a little more. If they want to try and send to the back six, maybe they could, if they're able to scout it. 3'd up gear being found for Vanir, maybe going to get them back in a better spot, because they've been kind of bullied around a fair amount.
BBL, I wouldn't have thought they were that stupid to all group up into one corner, but we've seen weirder and wonderful things. Marco on the off angle could actually be the saving grace here. Fate catches Daboom, trying to get a weird, obscure angle. It's a bit overzealous, especially when you're not watching the backside. You can do that, but you need to make sure all angles are covered. However, it is, you know, it's an obscure place, let's say, for QM to be in. BTM. Down and out. Leaves Salik and Zoom to try and deal with it. Unfortunately, Gear Up's directly in front of them, so not really much they can do about this, and probably looking like the 16th team to be leaving. Yes, indeed, it's confirmed. Exhalation, go down. With one obstacle out the way, QM can continue to rotate. They now know where those shots come from. They now know that the hillside, the mountaintop, is busy, and it's not really somewhere they want to be having an argument with anybody. So they can securely just wrap themselves up towards the north and then probably bring themselves in and around, maybe even the crates, to be fair, because it's actually pretty dead. Like, surprising to say that with how many players and how many teams are up towards this neck of the woods. Crates is completely empty.
It's not the best. It's an option though, right? Like, and sometimes that's all you got to look for.
Which does put a little bit of pressure onto Na'Vi. They might lose track of them. You can't keep full containment from that kind of fight. But again, it's urban combat. You're not going to go running in the streets and firing your guns. You're going to be looking out the windows. So as long as you've got a good aim on your shoulders and you've got your eyes open, you should be okay. I think the vehicle actually knocked him and then run him. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Death.
I mean, it's not a great place, whichever way you want to cut it. but it was something. Better than nothing. And still going to see where ENCE and BBL and TM go, because, again, BBL are in the running. They're currently sat in second. If they picked up a dinner, obviously would leap into the first position spot. However, chicken dinner is the gateway. It's the thing to unlock the next step. We do see those vehicles now being gathered, and everyone going to head on out. Now, does TM catch anyone on the way through? They've got to get up this bit of a steep ridge, so it won't be the quickest escape. And one tag, 2, 3. That's not bad from Artix, but there it is. It's moving to get it on towards Mert. So now BBL suffer on the way out. Do they try and pull up and get the recovery? No, because Marco's just been lost as well. BBL starting to suffer here, and they're low HP on the pull up. And no, they just ran each other over. Rich, this is a bit of a disaster.
It is, but you know what? When you look at this kind of scenario they're in, just trying to get towards the walls is all they're doing. That it's just a matter of survival. It's a matter of scramble. Oh, and speaking of scramble, here we go. Big old building. Fender lost. Straight in with a grenade, and Liquid's downstairs. 2 of them up. Qwizzy is actually outside, so maybe he can provide some support from the back windows if he swings around on this, because they're watching. They're watching it. Straight in with the molly on the floor. And what? How are you not watching the stairs? Maybe the flashbang was too good. He wasn't looking where he was going, because at the moment, Liquid is running rampant in here.
These boys got the utility down pat. Now, Burning, though, they need to get a heal off here, and they're in a little bit of danger for it. They're probably going to get knocked. Yeah, Ibi has been. Lyron's still alive, and Qwizzy is still standing, but can they do anything about it? Oh, no. Fuzzface, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done to this? They're all burning, Rich, and Qwizzy's got a shotgun. I don't know how this goes down anymore. Clib, good luck, mate. Oh, what a rough situation. Just walking through the smoke. Nah, Nate's going to do it for you. Galacticos do hold. They get a couple of kills to add to the equation, too.
It is what it is. ENCE turning up, completely unannounced. FaZe are going for the old gear up position. They remove it cleanly. Affects both of them back to back. Good job from him. Keeps that. They have lost one player from earlier on. We do need to remember up on the mountainside. Got caught off guard by VP.
Nice.
Smash.
Nice.
Yeah. Look, there's somebody below him. He's just banking it off the wall, right? You can't see that one player. Yeah. That's all
big
it is.
Big
Come on, Mert. Mech up for it, please.
Oh. He looked away so he couldn't see. There it is. One's in.
That's
I mean, they're
tagged
back
him,
up to 3, to be fair. I'm quite
yeah,
surprised
it's
they're
just
able
that
to
one's
stabilize.
down. Oh, poor Squeaky. I was wondering where the 4th had gone down. So this was on the full transition, but it shows you where they've actually have to come from. And we said coming out of West Town was going to be pretty difficult. That's where they opted to go. And again, it was dead. So to get to this point with 3 players, it's not a bad going by any means whatsoever, especially when we think about these circles where we've had them end out a little bit further down this road, more towards the hospital side. Like, it's anyone's circle at the moment. It always was a situation like this. It can be. But from the ones that we've had the pleasure of casting, they've been down this neck of the woods.
Ooh.
They'll go for a different angle of approach and vault through the small windows. If they don't anticipate this, if the smokes are down, it will actually block the noise of them jumping in.
Pin pulled. Hear the flash. You see Lauren trying to play the doorways here. Oh, there's so many eyes on all these buildings, though. Both of them trying to watch the breach, and they don't want to live here together. Not willing to share. And, of course, the shotgun's out. Of course it is. It's not even the pumpy. Oh, bloody hell. Here we go. Right. Breach and clear? No, Arctic's going to just hold. Yeah. Jeez. What's happened? What's Fuzzface done? What has he done to this? Oh. Okay. Circle update. Ooh, that Molly's actually ticking. So this is going to, if anything, spur them on now. Molly goes in. That's going to at least clear one side of this. It's centered up pretty much now. But this could be the death of anyone towards South George, anyone on the hillside. Lyron, do you live? Do you die? Let's find out. I'm sure a flash will be following maybe any second now. Tucks himself into the corner and hopes for the best. You can see that TM just aren't pushing that yet. They're still not going to push up. Wait, Lyron just got picked through the window. Was that just in thick smoke? I think they had no idea, and now, of course, they're going to push. Yeah. Crypto is just... This is so rough. I don't know how ENCE got line of sight on that, because look how smoked out this area is. Unless he just pre-fired a window and got the shot, Crypto is now going to be just surrounded by so many others. This is going to be a very brutal scenario. Sees maybe a pixel. Molly goes in. He's just trying to do anything he can. Maybe hope that ENCE gets a god-tier glimpse once again. The mollies are burning. And now, Artix has gone down. Maybe there's still hope here. Danny Molly's low HP. Maybe there is still a chance.
BBL, third party, in the mix as well with the nades in. Hoping for some luck on this one. 3 teams, all vying for one building. QM going over for the hangars, just across the road from the town. Dante with the smoke will be able to at least put it on the angle to wander and ward off any players that come lurking around the corner, but the double tap's there. He will fall. QM are open to gunfire, and that's from FaZe's position. Beamy also opening up the same time.
Against FaZe.
Heroic still has the good old angles coming from the hospital to all of this. But as you called it, the nades are going to rain down from VP. They have the position, but also the angles have been noted. Vex with a 2-for-1. Hall of Game is eliminated. Gustav goes in for the confirmation. Batulin starts to bleed out, and Vex is just going hard. One more to deal with, and that's all 4 wiped out by Vex single-handedly.
Unreal. That final molly was perfect. He's probably going to lose life for it, but he single-handedly just backhanded one of the best teams that we've seen coming out this year in this format. Vex is absolutely nuts. Great nades, great molly, but still, FaZe probably not going to be able to do too much with only 2 of them standing, because here comes the rest. Question mark on the way. They know what's up now. No more nades, no more mollies, but I guess just running yourself over. That will help out, because Fuzzbase, gun out does get 1, not enough. Needed more. Question mark will take the ditch. But at what cost? Only 1 standing, flawlessly, barely alive. And it looks like SMB is sniffing around. They're thinking, oh, there's some weakness here. There's blood in the water, but it's not as easy as you'd expect. A doozy still fighting the good fight, the question mark. Needs to stabilize and get the rest of his boys back up.
Still a bit of a stalemate down by this lower compound. Still 3 teams alive and kicking. And Heroic peppers. DA, dire straits for them. They've got 2 members of Na'Vi just peppering the living hell out of them. Hjord onto Mellman. All right, that's actually a really, really good shot. That silences the backfire that's coming from Na'Vi. But they need to use this, and they're doing exactly that. I love this. Smoke the living hell out of the hospital. Na'Vi don't exactly have the angle now, so they can try and make something work, but that grenade is good from Heroic. This is a really good response. Any knocks, and instantly, just look at that, the damage that's been done by that nade. They've had to run scared. If anything, they might even have to go for the vehicles.
Well, I'm seeing vehicles now being picked up by a great deal of people, knowing that we can't just go on by foot. We need to bring those vehicles with us. Let's try and hit those rotations. DA going to move into a couple of spots. Question mark, same sort of thing. Vanir can't do it. Na'Vi had them dead to rights. I thought Heroic might have had a couple of shots, but no. And now here comes the bloody battle of all the teams trying to send it towards the center. TM finds DA, ends putting in some shots as well towards Jung. And you can see now it's just Jembty alive, I think, unless there's someone hidden away. No, it was just Jembty. And Rustanmar's got an arm and a half on him. Finding the nade on that. Now, does question mark slot into a similar position, or do they think better of what just happened?
I was about to say Na'Vi's kind of this team that's got a little bit shadowed in this game, given their position, but Qwizzy will fall. They've had a couple of knocks. It's going to be really hard, especially when you've got T-Bone coming to meet them just below. If they've no idea with how much smoke's been going on, that molly will have given it away now. They'll have seen which angle it's thrown from, especially being so close. These are just falling so shy of their targets. I'm really intrigued to see if T-Bone makes a move on this one. He's still in the smokes himself, but it's trapping Na'Vi at least. It's halting their approach, and now a doozy's going to start to have his way with them. Let's not forget about QM here. QM has been looking solid. A doozy has somehow, some way, managed to get his entire team back on their feet. Let's take note of that. That is impressive.
Yep. Very much so. And here comes the mad dash, right? This is everyone trying to get somewhere, get something, get on the one hillside. Nade! Flawlessly! destroys and annihilates Na'Vi. Question mark now hold the keys to the kingdom, but can they hold it against Heroic coming over the top side? They're going to have the high ground advantage. T-Bone there lays waste to a few, but no knock off the back, but they now know their next target is just over that ridge.
Oh, this is insane. Heroic's the only team in the lobby now that doesn't have a win on the board, so we could have instantly another team jumping up to try and chase FaZe Clan. Now remember, FaZe is down in kills as well.
Yeah.
So a big win off of either of these would jump FaZe down into second and leave us still with one game to go. This is insanity. Now for Heroic, it's a much bigger deal. It's a much harder test to conquer because of how their position that they need to come from. But they've somehow they've got to knock onto ENCE. Are they sending this and going for it?
I don't know. I don't know if you can. It looks like they're trying to close the gap a little. They're trying to move up a little bit, but you don't want to overstep because you're pushing out of the safety, right? You're pushing out of that better position that you once had. Maybe put yourself right in the line of sight. Heroic, who've just pulled off the mad res. Qwizzy is alive. Barely, but he is alive. Page, T-Bone, BB. Oh, another nade. Just chipping away at them. Like, by the time they get a fight, which they'll be forced to have potentially against ENCE, they'll be the walking wounded. Question mark, just softening them up as soon as they have to crest that hill, and they are still not in, Rich. They are still not in the circle. They have to keep moving. There will be a fight. It's probably going to be on ENCE. They have to win this out.
Smokes will go down for what will be one of these two teams' last stand. Utility will have to be committed, but it's easier said than done, especially on the side of Heroic, who have unfortunate vision from all the teams downwind of it. Meanwhile, this fight is still ongoing between a bit of a three-way. QM is laughing at this. If somehow...
Oh my god,
Heroic,
they're in a vehicle.
What are they going to try and spin on this? I mean, going in with the vehicles with guns out is probably the better idea, but the response is there. Diggory, 1, 2, thank you. Qwizzy stands up to the test of time, and somehow, some way, Heroic have 4 alive. Not standing, but alive. QM need to react onto this. But the problem is for QM, to get into vision of this, to get into, like, throwing distance, they have to expose themselves so heavily, Lauren. Like, they'll probably just die on that hillside if they try and go for it. And Heroic's
This building is ridiculous, by the way.
Heroic's got it.
Heroic do have the circle.
That's
All right,
insane.
game on, boys. Show us what you got here. But they're one of the... They will get into the main pack of things, but keep it... Oh, this... Here we go. Fate can see a lot of this, but they will have to move forward into the open. That southern house is just... It's a massacre, right? It's just who done it in a house. Like, everyone just piled in. It's going to be murder. But can question mark find a way forward? There's a clear... Arctics. Everyone else puts their body on the line for the trade. And now there's still BBL lingering around, Rich, and they're on the lower floor with shotguns, grozers, and all the nastiness.
Hmm. Oh, man, this is crazy. The fact that Heroic could actually put one on the board here. And everyone... Well, let me look at this calculator. 36, 6, 12. I don't know, maybe TM are just... Depends how many kills they actually get further to this. I'm no good at math on the fly, but there is potential that any other secondary winner will jump face. First one will fall as Beamy answers. Now falls back Dante down. He's going to have some support to be able to watch that hillside at least. But it looks like QM are working their way down. Mert, with the shotgun, lays Danim on to rest. And they are pushing slowly but surely upside of this hill. Goes in with a Groza. We'd assume level 3 gear as well, so he can answer that. He can afford to overpeak it. That's a job well done. It leaves Arctics like, what the hell do I do? I'm up on this roof. The blue's on my back. I'll just do whatever the hell I can. Saiga in hand. I mean, it's a dangerous gun. Let's be real here. A flashbang jump with a shotgun.
And push.
There's nothing left to do.
Oh, that could have been so sick. He can't make it happen. But now we have to turn attention to what this means. BBL, question mark, and Heroic. Heroic trying to chase the dream here. Do something with this, but a doozie's eyeing up Smash. Already going to find him. And now a little bit of a tag on the way back in. Mert's gone down. This will be a 4v4 to close this through. Can Heroic finally deliver in a way that they need? Or does question mark pull themselves across the line and suddenly put maybe FaZe under scrutiny as well? Heroic's push-up, Rich, was something of real note. Getting that vehicle and making the play. But look at this from question mark. A 2-2 split at this point. If there's a flash coming over that hillside, they could be blind, but it's coming back. T-Bone sending it the other way.
Beamy's going for a wander through the smoke to try and catch them off guard. Surely they don't look at this. They anticipate the pull down towards the south. Dante's there. They've used the car as bait. But Beamy's doing exactly the same. It's like mirror image of what's happening. The bait has gone down, but T-Bone has fallen to fate. He's there to strike. Beamy will probably push through. He does. Dante spots him.
It's all on page, Rich. It's all on page. 2 HP ain't going to be enough to do it.